Hey guys, this is the Game Digest, and we are finally back with another review for the latest Focus Entertainment release, Atlas Fallen. Atlas Fallen is an open world action RPG game set in a desolate wasteland where you get to play as a peasant, referred to as Unnamed. This character happens to discover an ancient magical gauntlet that hides the power to control sand, and within it lies a blue spirit called Niao. Together, you travel across the region to find the broken pieces of the gauntlet, restoring its power and recovering Niao's memories. Gameplay. The game offers hard-hitting combat with fun and promising new mechanics. There are three main types of weapons you can choose from, and you can equip two of these kinds at the same time, allowing you to quickly switch between land and air combat. The Dune Cleaver is an axe type that allows you to cleave in an area. Sand Whip is a mid-range whip type of weapon offering longer range attacks. And Knuckle Dust is a close-range fist type capable of unleashing deadly blows. Each weapon has its own unique moves and combos, as choosing the right pair of weapons is important to match your desired playstyle. The game features both dodge and parry mechanics. Parrying enemies comes in the form of sand skin, which not only negates your enemy's attacks but also crystallizes them on a successful parry, depending on their size. Larger enemies require multiple successful parries to fully crystallize them. Once enemies are frozen, they become vulnerable to your attacks and combos, so learning your enemy's movesets and timings will reward you with easier fights. Regarding the RPG aspect of the game, you can equip different types of essences and active stones in your gauntlet. Essence stones provide buffs and trigger effects, while active stones are powerful abilities you can execute. You can mix and match these stones to enhance their effects and damage. A momentum mechanic is present in the game. The momentum gauge is located in the lower left portion of your screen and charges up every time you hit enemies or through the effects of your activated essence stones and idols. Building up momentum is integral to the combat system. Once your momentum reaches a certain level or section, passive effects from your essence stones are activated, giving you the ability to perform higher tier powerful abilities. The downside of this mechanic is that the skills you can use are capped at the beginning of every battle, and you need to fill up your momentum each time you use your higher tier skills. Essence and active stones are classified into tiers: tier 1, 2, and 3, with the latter requiring higher momentum charges before they can be activated compared to tiers 1 and 3. With the latter requiring higher momentum charges before they can be activated compared to the lower tiers. You can obtain these stones as rewards in quests, chests, or by fusing necessary ingredients found throughout the map. With the required ingredients, these stones can be upgraded to increase their effectiveness, damage, and other parameters. Building up momentum also passively increases your damage and enlarges your weapons, covering more area and giving you a longer range. Once you have enough momentum, you can spend it all to unleash a powerful attack called Shatter, dealing a high amount of damage in an area and crystallizing your enemies. You can also equip idols which primarily heal you, but each idol has its own unique effects that aid you in battles. Each heal consumes one charge, and your gauntlet can hold a maximum of 3 charges. Successfully hitting enemies fills these charges quickly. Different types of armor can be acquired and equipped in the game, focusing on recovery, offense, defense, and other stats. Upgrading these armors using essence dust acquired by defeating enemies and completing quests not only increases their stats but also rewards you with 1 perk point each time you upgrade them. Perks offer permanent upgrades for both lifestyle and combat regardless of the armor you equip. You will also unlock unique armor traits once you upgrade these armors to their maximum level. Choosing which armor to use and upgrade early in the game is critical due to the limited essence dust you can acquire, and the level of your enemies is compared to your armor's level, which dictates the difficulty of each fight. Overall, concerning combat, it falls into an average category. The skill animations are good and noteworthy, new ideas have been explored and offered. The controls are efficient, mapped out, and easy to grasp. However, the downside of the combat is that it lacks cohesiveness and consistency. At times, you may feel the clunkiness of your attacks and targeting errors might occur. You might also find yourself stuck in a bad camera angle, leading to untimely deaths. Speaking of deaths, the loading time before respawning is unreasonably long. World and storytelling. The world of Atlas Fallen is set in a vast, barren wasteland filled with towering mountains, rock formations, ruins, and remnants of a past civilization. While the environment is well rendered, there aren't any memorable places to note. Each location is quite similar to another and lacks uniqueness in their design. The game features an earthy and desaturated tone, fitting for the game's theme but contributing to an overall dull appearance. Graphics wise, it isn't the best, but it's not the worst either. It's acceptable, however, a notable issue is the occurrence of numerous visual glitches, frame drops, and poor lighting in certain areas. Exploration in this game can be quite rewarding. One of the game's main selling points is its traversal mechanics. With the powers you acquire from your gauntlet, you can glide through the sand, making it easier to move from one place to another. You'll undoubtedly have a great time surfing through an open, deserted land. There are various lootable materials scattered across the map, such as leaves, mushrooms, and ores. These materials are used to fuse essence in active stones or upgrade them. Chests containing valuable items, formulas, gold, artifacts, and journals with lore are also spread throughout each region. Vantage points help you easily map out the surrounding area for these chests and hidden wildlife treasures. In each zone, you'll find a traveling vendor offering ingredients, essence stones, armors, and gear. These vendors are hard to miss as a kite always flies high above their location. The game includes both main quests and side quests, both of which will reward you with essence dust, formulas, gear, and other significant items. As you progress in your adventure, you'll discover anvils which act as your checkpoints. In anvils, you can restore your health and idle charges, upgrade your gauntlet and armor, obtain new perks, add slots to your momentum gauge, and save your game. Fast travel is also possible using anvils, making it important to always unearth and activate them. Throughout the game, you will encounter enemies known as wraiths, each with their own movesets and weaknesses. However, the variety of enemies is somewhat limited and often only their levels change. In terms of the story, it is relatively average, linear, and lacks immersion. The narrative revolves around a generic rebellion against tyrannical control. Character development is lacking, especially concerning the NPCs you'll encounter. Voice acting and animation are somewhat unpolished, with NPCs' animations often being repetitive, which can be distracting during conversations. Final thoughts. In conclusion, Atlas Fallen can be considered a good game overall. Despite its lack of polish, generic story, and numerous glitches, it manages to deliver an enjoyable gaming experience. With its impactful combat, fully rendered expansive environment, and enjoyable sand surfing mechanics, you're likely to have a fun time playing the game. Hopefully, future performance patches will address the current issues. Ultimately, we cannot ignore or deny the fact that this game actually shows promise. Feel free to post down below your comments about our video. Stay tuned for our next tutorial and guide for Atlas Fallen. If you want more gaming content, be sure to like and subscribe to the Game Digest, and don't forget to enable the notifications by clicking on the bell icon. Thank you for your support and stay tuned for our next game guides and reviews. We'll see you next time. Cheers.